I did not begin semen retention as a trend, a challenge, or another self-help experiment. I began it because I felt something within me dying, a spark, a dignity, an inner strength that once guided my life like an invisible compass. Years ago, I realized that every time I released my essence, a part of myself dissolved into the air, and I was left with an emptiness I could not name. I was constantly tired, creatively blocked, anxious, unfocused, and disconnected from who I knew I could be. So I made a decision that would reshape the trajectory of my life forever. I stepped onto the path of semen retention, not for days, not for weeks, but for years. No relapses, no compromises, no negotiations, only a long, hard, liberating journey into the true nature of masculinity. Today, I want to share what that journey has done to me, how it has reshaped my mind, my relationships, my creative power, my inner world, my presence, my aura, and the very way I walk through life. This is not advice. This is not propaganda. This is testimony, a direct reflection from a man who has lived on the other side of this discipline for years. Let's begin. 1. The first transformation, the return of the masculine core. The first thing that changed in me wasn't physical. It wasn't confidence. It wasn't attraction. It wasn't aura. It was something deeper, something primal, something ancient. It was my inner stability. Before semen retention, my emotions were easily shaken. I needed validation. I needed entertainment. I needed attention. My desires controlled me. My impulses dictated my decisions. But months into the journey, something extraordinary happened. A silence began to grow inside me. A silence that wasn't empty, but powerful. It felt like the masculine core, something I had never truly experienced, was awakening in my body. I began to feel grounded, self-contained, self-directed. I no longer felt like a leaf blown by life's winds. I felt like the mountain. This inner stability changed the way I moved, the way I spoke, the way I breathed. It was as if my body remembered something ancient, something forgotten by modern men. That a man's power does not come from what he does, but from who he is. 2. Confidence. Not arrogance, but dignity. People think semen retention gives you confidence. It is deeper than that. It gives you inner dignity. Confidence is loud. Dignity is silent. Confidence can be faked. Dignity cannot. As months turned into years, I found myself becoming immune to comparison. I no longer cared if someone was better looking, stronger, richer, more experienced. Something inside me whispered, "You are enough because you exist." This dignity changed everything. I stopped chasing people. I stopped seeking approval. I looked people in the eye with calm presence. I spoke less, but every word carried weight. I stopped apologizing for being myself. I no longer felt threatened by other men. Women could sense it. Men could sense it. Even I could sense it. Confidence became my natural state, not because I forced it, but because I became a man who respects himself. 3. Creative power. The opening of the inner channel. Something remarkable happens when the life force is no longer leaking out of you. It begins to rise, and creativity becomes unstoppable. During the early months, I started noticing small shifts, more ideas, more clarity, more imagination. But as retention deepened into years, creativity became a current running through my entire being. My mind became sharper. My intuition became louder. My ideas became bolder. I no longer had to think my way into creativity. It would simply arrive, like a river overflowing after years of drought. I began to realize something. The same energy that creates life also creates ideas. Semen retention doesn't just increase creativity, it returns creativity to its original purity. You no longer create from insecurity, from pressure, from competition. You create from the soul. 4. Deep thinking, the rebuilding of the inner temple. Most men today cannot think deeply because their energy is scattered. Their focus is shattered. Their attention is fragmented. But semen retention rebuilds the inner temple of the mind. Thoughts become layered, nuanced, penetrating. Problems are no longer overwhelming, they become puzzles. Your mind begins to connect dots other people don't even see. When the fog lifts from your brain, you begin to experience reality through a more expanded lens. You see patterns in human behavior, systems, relationships, society, and yourself. Instead of surviving life, you begin to understand life. My biggest realization was this: deep thinking is a luxury given only to men who conserve their energy. Everyone else is drowning in mental noise. 5. Magnetism, the invisible force that draws people. Masculine magnetism is not charisma. It is not smooth talking. It is not charm. It is the silent force that makes people feel something when you walk into a room. When you retain for years, your aura changes. Your presence grows thicker. Your energy field becomes stronger. People sense it. They turn their heads when you walk by. They listen when you speak. They feel calmer or more alert around you. They respect you even when they don't know why. Women feel drawn to you, not sexually, energetically. It's not your looks. It's not your style. It's not your words. It is your frequency. When your life force is full, you radiate something that cannot be faked. Power without force. 6. Attraction. Why women respond to energy before words. Years of semen retention taught me something society refuses to admit. Women are not attracted to the face. They are attracted to the energetic state behind the face. A man filled with life force radiates certainty, self-containment, presence, and quiet dominance. Women pick this up instantly. Your eyes become sharper. Your aura becomes warmer. Your body language becomes more grounded. Your voice becomes deeper. Your scent becomes richer. You don't chase women. You don't convince women. You don't impress women. They simply feel you. Women are naturally drawn to a man who holds his own power rather than leaking it. 7. Strong aura, the field of power around you. Your aura is the field of subtle energy surrounding your body. People feel it before you speak. Semen retention strengthens this field. It becomes dense, warm, bright, and commanding. Your presence hits people before your words do. You stop being invisible. You stop blending into the background. You walk with a quiet royalty. Strangers respect you. Children notice you. Animals trust you. Friends treat you differently. Not because you became someone else, but because you finally became yourself. 8. Relationships. How discipline transforms intimacy. When you retain your essence, you no longer enter relationships out of neediness or insecurity. You enter them out of choice. You no longer chase validation from women. You no longer fear rejection. You no longer tolerate disrespect. You no longer beg for attention. Instead, you set standards. You establish boundaries. You express truth. You choose connection from a grounded state, and something beautiful happens. You attract women who are emotionally deeper, spiritually aligned, intellectually mature. Women who appreciate presence more than performance. Women who are not intimidated by your strength but inspired by it. Semen retention makes you a better partner, not because you try, but because your energy becomes clean, stable, focused, loving, and powerful. 9. Wealth and success. The masculine principle of creation. The path of semen retention taught me the deepest truth about success. Success is not built by talent. Success is not built by luck. Success is built by energy. Your discipline becomes your currency. Your focus becomes your capital. Your clarity becomes your compass. Your creativity becomes your advantage. Your consistency becomes your character. Money flows toward men whose energy is aligned, stable, and powerful. When you are full of life force, you wake up earlier. You think bigger. You work harder. You stay consistent. You take action. You overcome fear. You finish what you start. Your masculine drive becomes unstoppable. You no longer hope for success. You generate success. Because the same energy that builds kingdoms is the energy you are storing within yourself. 10. Spiritual awareness. The opening of the inner path. When you retain for years, something extraordinary happens. You begin to feel life. Not intellectually, not philosophically, but viscerally. You begin to sense energy in your body. You begin to feel intuition as a physical force. You begin to experience synchronicities. You begin to understand your purpose. You begin to connect with the divine within you. Semen retention is not merely physical. It is spiritual alchemy. It transforms the lower energy of the body into higher consciousness. It awakens the mind. It purifies the emotions. It sharpens awareness. It makes the unseen visible. 11. The long-term transformation. The man you were meant to become. After years on this path, I can say one thing with absolute certainty. Semen retention doesn't make you someone new. It returns you to the man you were always meant to be. A man with grounding, stability, presence, purpose, clarity, direction, discipline, dignity, self-respect, attraction, energy, resilience, and spiritual awareness. The world feels different, quieter, richer, deeper. You no longer run after stimulation. You no longer numb yourself with pleasure. You no longer fear discomfort. You become a man who stands firmly inside his own soul. If you are watching this, if you feel lost, if you feel drained, if you feel unfocused, if you feel disconnected from your own masculine core, then hear me when I say this. Your power is not gone. It is simply scattered. Semen retention is not the destination. It is the doorway. The doorway back to your strength, to your clarity, to your creative power, to your masculine identity, and to your destiny. The journey is not easy. It will test you. It will break you. It will rebuild you. But on the other side, you will meet the man you came here to become. And that reunion is worth everything.